What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Snake Cinema Podcast. I'm your host, Prince Elias, and this is episode 2. I made it, y'all. I said if I could be consistent with this podcast, then you know I know that this is a good route. You know, a part of me when I woke up, my alarm went off. I was like, uh, I don't think I can do it, but I'm here. I'm here. What's up, everybody? All right. Okay. So let's get started with this podcast. This episode 2, and we will be reviewing The Haunted Mansion as well as a couple of R&B singles that came out last week. Um, but first, I have a few announcements to make. All right, first announcements. What's up, Don D? Good morning. All right, first announcement. Jimmy, my boy, is making his first music video premiere. It drops today at 10 a.m. Central. Anyways, I will post a link on all social medias. So when I do post that link, could y'all please go give it a watch? It's a very short. Jesus, good morning. Please give it a watch, like, and comment on that music video, and just get the algorithm up. The artist named Karma, she is a great singer and rapper, and it was a fun shoot. It was a fun shoot, and I'm also going to be posting on Instagram today some BTS that I shot while there. But yeah, that's Jimmy's. All the other music videos I've done in the past um, were about Python, so this is the very first music video that any of my boas were a part of. Auntie, what's up, Auntie? Good morning. Um, and so yes, today I will post on Instagram the link to the YouTube video, the music video that Jimmy is a part of. And so when I do, could y'all please go and flood the likes and comments so that the algorithm and that artist can be supported. So thank y'all so much. Second announcement before we get started on the reviews is that I am finally found us a legitimate merch shop that I'm going to attach and make an Etsy account with. So I got some samples. So here's a fanny pack with Jafar, my logo, and it's big. It's big. As you can see, I can actually wrap this fanny pack around my entire waist, which is hard to find nowadays. Um, so this will be available for sale and a couple of other things. Of course, I have this jacket. This is a tech jacket. Hold on. Let me take my background off so y'all can see. Sorry about that. 1 second. Okay, so look, y'all can see the front of the hoodie and the back. It has Jafar holding the camera. He's my mascot. So yeah, so that merch is coming at the end of the month. My Etsy shop will go live. We'll have t-shirts, hoodies, not just in the Jafar logo, but in my original Creative Reptiles logo as well. Um, and also, last announcement, I will be a special guest on Ken's Let Me Know show on Tuesday at, I want to say, 8 p.m. Central Time. I'm not sure, but if you follow Ken from the Let Me Know show, he will post and announce it as well. But I will be a special guest on his podcast Tuesday night. Super excited. Can't wait. So please come and show some love. First, tune in to Beyond the Scales on Rock on Reptiles, but then mosey on over to Ken's and watch that episode. So I think that's all the announcements I have for this week. Um, if something else pops up, I will announce it. Thank you, Auntie. uh, but yes, so those are my announcements. Jimmy's music videos premiering later on today. My Etsy shop is coming at the end of the month, and I will be a guest on Ken's Reptile. Let me know show. So let's get started with Snake Cinema reviews. But before we review, we gotta have a snake. So today I have a special guest with me who's gonna hang out. I have my boy Jafar, as you can see. and he was not happy when I woke him up this morning, but he'll be all right. So as we review the movie, I will have Jafar with me, and if you've seen the movie or interested in the movie that I'm reviewing, please comment about it. And also, I will be reviewing a couple of songs that released last week as well. So let's get started with Snake Cinema Review. All right, last week I went to the theater and I saw Disney's Haunted Mansion, and I will say, first, I'm going to compare it to the old version, the one that came out in 2003 when I was a kid. I was literally a baby when that movie came out, but I remember going to see it in theaters. And also compare it to other Disney films that are based off their theme park rides. So this Haunted Mansion is a new version of it. I guess they try to reinvent the wheel because the last one, I didn't know this at the time because again, I was a whole child when that movie came out, but I did not know it bombed so bad at the box office. um, but so Disney tried to reinvent the wheel and tried it again because they've been trying to do this ever since the success of Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean is their most successful movie based off of a theme park ride, and they've been trying to cash grab by making more videos based off theme park rides. But so before I get my thoughts on this particular film, let's talk about the Eddie Murphy movie that happened in 2003. Now, I will say, as a child, I love that movie. I had a lot of fun watching it in the theater. I can remember going to the theater with my family to see that movie, and I had a great time. But rewatching it as an adult, ooh, it has a lot of flaws. It has a lot of flaws. That movie did not age well at all. And when I think about it, that movie really didn't have anything to do with the ride. I mean, they brought some characters like Madame Leota and stuff that's based off the theme park ride, certain ghosts. But as far as the lore, the story that Walt had created behind the ride, um, they missed the mark. Those writers, I don't think they knew what they were doing. I don't think the filmmakers knew what they were doing. They just said, "Hey, let's just make let's just make a scary movie for kids." But they did more comedy because they hired Eddie Murphy. They did more comedy than they did scary. Because I remember as a child going to Disney World and riding that ride. I was a little terrified of that ride, but but when it came to the movie, it just didn't translate. The 2003 did not translate well. And it really did not have anything to do with the ride itself. Um, so, but compare it to other films that Disney made based off their theme parks rides. Let's first look at what they created in the past. So of course we all know Pirates of the Caribbean. That thing was so successful they made about 4 or 5 of them jokers. And regardless of what you think of the sequels, the first Pirates was the best, hands down. Um, like nobody could argue that. That was like the best. Also, they did Tomorrowland, which wasn't based off a ride. It was based off an actual land, an actual theme park section. And to me, again, I felt like they were just doing a cash grab. It had nothing to do with the source material. They just wanted to use the name, in my opinion. Also, Mission to Mars. I think that's the ride where you're like in a simulation, like you're on a rocket and you feel like you got to throw up, and they got like two different lanes you go on, the soft lane and the hard lane. Yeah, that's also based off a movie, which I did not see that film, so it doesn't mean anything to me. But I will say, if Pirates is the pinnacle, oh, and Jungle Cruise with The Rock and Emily Blunt, that's also based off their ride. But if I say if Pirates of the Caribbean was the pinnacle, like the $1 billion movie, I would say this version, 2023 Haunted Mansion, is somewhere a little bit below it. I mean, yeah, somewhere below it. I think this is like my second favorite film based off a theme park ride. Um, it was just great. First of all, it went well with it followed the source material to the T. It followed, and it was based in New Orleans, which Gotta love that. Any movie that's based in New Orleans and the voodoo lore and stuff, I love. Um, and then also they actually use characters in the film that are in the ride. Like all the ghosts makes an appearance. The Hatbox Ghost, which started I think in Disneyland before I went to Disney World. He's the big bad. He's the main villain, which I feel like the old Haunted Mansion, um, the Eddie Murphy failed when they created their big bad guy. Also, I love this cast. This cast, Lakeith Stanfield, Tiffany Haddish, and a bunch of other people. They did the thing. They acted, and you could tell when actors are having fun on set. You could tell when they are actually enjoying their job. And I really do feel that when I watched this film, like it was a big smile on my face as I'm watching the film. I watched it with a couple of different families. Like I wasn't the only one in the theater. I thought I was when I first walked in, but everybody, all of us in the theater, were laughing our asses off during the jokes, during the funny parts. But I will say, if you're going to take your kids, anybody little under the age of 10 might be freaked out because it is a few jump scares or scary parts or atmosphere where I think maybe the little kids should not go see it. It's rated, I think it's rated PG, and so really be cautious, you parents out there, if you think your child is a little bit shaky or scared or easily scared. What's up, C Jones? C Jones, thank you for tuning in. Speaking of C Jones, sorry about that. Got to pause because I forgot. I took the background off for to show the merch and put it back on. But anyways, welcome to the podcast. But anyways, so I will say this Haunted Mansion 2023, and I'm not going in details with the story and stuff because I do want people to go see it. Especially if you got kids, you got family that you think, children that you think can handle this movie without being too scared and crying. Go see it and check it out because it's really dope. I really love it. Like I said, if Pirates of the Caribbean, the first movie, is the top best Disney movie based off a theme park ride, this one is the number two. Um, so I'm not going into details with the plot, but I will say the story is great. I love that they really did tap into the lore of the theme park ride. They gave us characters, ghosts from the theme park ride, and it, they paid attention to the source material. You could tell the director and the writers actually love the ride and they know the ride. They know the history of it, and so I really, really enjoyed this film. Like I said, I was smiling from ear to ear from start to finish. And it had a little bit of emotions in it too, because it touched on grief, people dying, losing loved ones. And it did touch on that with one of the main characters. And when he got sad, I got sad. You know what I'm saying? And it was great. It was totally great. And so I will say I would give Disney's Haunted Mansion 2023, not 2003, 2023, 8.5 out of 10. I will, as far as a Disney movie, a family movie, a fun movie based off a theme park ride, I really enjoyed it. The acting, the jokes, the source material, the cinematography is amazing. Oh my gosh, the cinematography is, like I said, it took place in New Orleans, and you could tell that they were on locations for some of those things, and some stuff you could tell they're at a sound stage with a build, especially with the house and stuff. But when they did location shots in New Orleans, oh, it was beautiful. It was amazing. So shout out to the people behind the scenes, behind the camera, the head of photography and things like that. Like that, that was great. That was amazing. I will say that the villain, although I love that they stuck to them source material, the villain they probably could have saved money on because the villain they could have hired any actor to be it. The villain, I will say, spoiler, well, it's not really a spoiler because they put it on the internet. The villain is played by Jared Leto. He's playing the Hatbox Ghost, and because the Hatbox Ghost is mainly CGI and his voice, they changed his voice, so he's not using his normal Jared Leto voice. They changed his voice any actor, they could have saved a lot of money making this film because any actor could have played the villain. And that's not a knock to Jared Leto. It's just that you really didn't know it was him unless you looked at the credits, watch the credits, or if you looked online when they announced that he got hired to play the bad guy. So um, it just wasn't as his acting was good. It just wasn't as distinguishable, if that makes sense. And I feel like most of their budget, if it wasn't for the CGI, went probably to his pockets, honestly. But yeah, but I will say I loved the movie. I enjoyed it. I would give it a good 8.5 out of 10. And yeah, that is it. So if you have not seen The Haunted Mansion, go check it out. If you got kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews, whoever, take them as long as they're not too little. If you think your child is a little shaky and scared of minor things, it might be a couple of scenes in here, jump scares that might freak them out. So be warned. But like middle school age, or even upper elementary, like third, fourth, fifth grade age type kids, they can handle it. They can handle it. They're pretty good with that type of stuff. So that is it for our movie review. Oh, we're good on time too. So that is good for our movie review. That's the only movie I'm reviewing today. So let's get to the music section. All right. So last week, a bunch of people dropped some music, but we're only going to talk about three. And thank God they didn't drop full albums, they just dropped singles. So let's get started with that. So when I first went to Spotify last Friday, the first thing that popped up was Usher featuring 21 Savage and Summer Walker. Now, Usher is a legend. He's been around since forever, since he was a kid. I grew up on Usher. I love him. I heard his residency concert in Las Vegas is amazing, and I wish I could travel to go see it, but I'm jealous. Every time people post videos or tweets or photos being at his concert in Las Vegas, it's like I get real bad FOMO. But he just dropped a new single featuring 21 Savage, which is one of my favorite of the young rappers out today, and Summer Walker, which she's a great singer. She's an amazing artist, but personality wise, sometimes I wish she wouldn't tweet. She's one of those artists I wish would just shut up and just make music and not talk, because very, very, very problematic sometimes. Like, and sometimes not even problematic. She's just stupid and dingy. But as an artist, as just dropping music, singing, amazing. Love her music, love her voice, great singing. And so when I got on Spotify and I saw that they dropped a song together, I quickly clicked on it. And I will say, forgive me, Usher, I immediately clicked off. I did not finish the song. That song, when you think of that collaboration, Usher featuring 21 Savage and Summer Walker, you would think, oh, this is about to be amazing. This is about to be a hit. And it probably is going to be a hit compared to other people. But for me, I didn't get through the whole thing. And it wasn't even that long of a song. I think it was probably average, like 3 minutes or so. Just content wise, it didn't resonate with me. And even sonically, sound wise, the beats, the vocals, they killed the vocals. Usher is amazing. He never cannot sing. Summer Walker can never not sing. 21 Savage, he like I said, he's one of my favorite of the young boys, the young rappers. I love his flows, I love his ad libs, I love his personality. But yeah, it just didn't mesh together. I was highly disappointed in this song, and I hated that because I was really, as soon as I clicked on it, I was excited, and I was very, very disappointed. I will say that song was a waste of 3 minutes to me. So I just can't recommend it. Now I should say everybody should go listen for themselves. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, all that jazz. Maybe you will enjoy it, but as for me, it's a dud. It's a dud. If I was to ever go to his concert and that part of the song drops or that song he sings, I would probably go on a restroom break during that song. I would not be in the audience. It was just it was pointless. It was a waste of perfectly good talent, three good talent, but yeah, very underwhelming for me. The next single is Halle Bailey, Angel. Now, Halle Bailey, some of you might know, she's the Black Ariel on the new Little Mermaid film. But before that, she and her sister Chloe have a group called Chloe and Halle, and they've been dropping albums since they were kids. They start off on YouTube, and then Beyonce discovered their YouTube channel and signed them to her record label Parkwood. And they've been really, I think they have like three full albums and maybe a mixtape. They're R&B singers, and those young ladies are amazing vocally. They write their songs, they produce their own music, and Halle with this new single Angel did not disappoint. This is top-notch grade 8 R&B, especially in today's age where R&B and hip hop, you don't know whether an R&B song is hip hop, and you can't tell if a hip hop song is R&B nowadays because they all just melt together. But this one is pure R&B, pure soul. The falsettos that she hit in this song, like she hit them high notes. This is like old school Mariah Carey, like amazing. The music was amazing. I love this song, this single, and I can't wait for her official solo album to drop because the only music we get from her is with her sister. Chloe has dropped her solo album already, and it was amazing. I loved it. So now it's Halle's turn, and coming off of the success of the Little Mermaid remake, and how much popularity she's been getting off that, I know that when she drops this solo album, it's gonna be skyrocketing. What they say, the prices go up. Yesterday's price isn't today's price. Yeah, her price tag is definitely about to boop, skyrocket. And this is a perfect first single. Amazing song. I would give that song Angel a 10 out of 10. Perfect. I'm super excited for that album. I can't wait for it to drop. And lastly, the last single I will review is another R&B songstress, amazing singer, Snow Allegra. I think she dropped two singles. Hold on. I'm sorry. I forgot to write the titles of the songs in my notes. See, I thought I was prepared and I was not. I apologize, y'all. I wrote everybody else's song titles down but hers. Okay, Snow Allegra, she dropped two songs. One, Be My Summer. That's one song, but the one she dropped last week is called Sweet Tea. Mine, when I tell you, I this song reminded me of old school slow ballads from like Michael Jackson or Janet Jackson. When they get into their slow ballad bag, those cuts off albums that don't hit the radio, but they show you their vocal ranges. Man, Snow hit some notes that I did not know she could hit. I was like, what the hell? She will go high, and then she'll go back low, and then she will reverberate. It. Go listen to those songs, Sweet Tea and Be My Summer. Those are it really gives you the old school ballads from like the 90s and early 2000s. Those songs were fire. I was like, come on now, Snow. Like when I heard those songs last week, I was like, R&B is back. True R&B, real R&B is back. It was amazing. And she is another one of those newer artists that I really, really follow and am obsessed with. I love her music. It is amazing. And her past albums, like she's been out maybe 2017. Every album she drops hit. Everyone. It slaps. So definitely, and I wish she would come and do a concert in Memphis. If she come to Memphis, I'm going. I'm going. If she go on tour, even if she don't come to Memphis, if she stop in Nashville, I'm driving and I'm going because I have to hear these songs live. These are the type of R&B songs you have to hear live. You have to hear their vocals on stage with the live band. And this new song, Sweet Tea, woo, one of those ones that you just gotta hear with I can picture a live band, pianos, drums, just amazing. Another good 10 out of 10 for me for that song Sweet Tea, and also the other single she dropped a couple of weeks ago, Be My Summer. So definitely, if you like old school ballad singing, real vocals, R&B, go check that out. And her name is spelled differently. Snow Allegra is Snoh, Snow, and then Allegra Alegra, I believe. Um, so yes, definitely. If you type Snoh in your streaming music sites, it'll pop up. But yes, yes, C Jones, definitely go listen to Snow and listen to Halle Bailey. Y'all can skip Usher's single because again, it was a disappointment. It was a big disappointment. Matter of fact, I give that a 3 out of 10 stars. But when it comes to the girls, when it comes to Halle and Snow, that's some R&B. That's some real good music, real good film music, real, make you want to go karaoke night and try to sing real loud and real horribly type music. Yeah, I'm sorry. I told you Usher is a goat. He is one of the greatest to ever do it. But this song was very disappointing. This single was very disappointing. And again, when you think Usher with Summer Walker, you would think it would be amazing. Or Usher with 21 Savage, you would think it would be amazing. And it's highly disappointed. I'm sorry. I hate that I have to give him a 3 out of 10. But maybe if he drops an actual full album, this song might mesh well with an album in totality, or he might drop an album and every song but this one be amazing, be a 10 out of 10. But I will say, if you were to drop an album soon and this song is on there, I'm most likely going to skip it. It's going to be a skippable. I'm sorry, I can't recommend this to anybody. I don't think it's time for retirement, C Jones. I don't think he should retire because he still makes some good music. Like let me go back. He released a song maybe a couple of months ago. It was just a Lucy single. That was fire, that I loved, and that I've been playing on repeat. Maybe it wasn't a couple months ago. Maybe it was like late last year. Let me look, cause he dropped something recently before this one that I really loved. Now the last thing he dropped that is called Glue, and I did not listen to that. Oh no, no, sorry. The last song single that I heard from Usher before this one is called Bad Habits, and that dropped in 2020. My bad. But I've been listening to that on repeat. I love that song. Bad Habits is great. But again, he dropped that back in 2020. So yeah, maybe it is time for retirement. See, Jones, you are crazy. But he's doing real good on his Vegas residency shows. Like I heard it's been sold out and hard to get in. Um Hold on. Jesus just Tom McDonald. Have you listened to Tom McDonald? I don't know who that is, Jesus. What genre? I can always look it up and see if I like it. Like I said, when it comes to these movie and music reviews, I take all suggestions. It doesn't have to just be hip hop and R&B. I know just by looking at me, you think that's all I listen to, but I listen to a lot of music. I love EDM. I only love country music if it's by a female artist. I'm sorry, but they're better than the males. I'm sorry. I apologize. Not trying to be rude or mean, but if it ain't Dolly Parton, I don't want to hear it. But I take suggestions. So Tom McDonald, I've never heard of him. I never heard of that person, but I will look them up after this podcast and see if I like their music. And even if I don't like their music, I might come back next week and talk about talk about them. Because I'm reviewing stuff I like and stuff I don't like. Let's see. the shut up. The Montgomery Brawl song. Oh God, you know what? I'm gonna go look that one up and I will review that next week. The Montgomery Brawl song. That is hilarious. Y'all are crazy. You know what? I should have an episode where I review music that are based off of comedy, parody, or stuff like that. Cause I do like those type of songs that YouTubers or TikTokers make up just for the hell of it. I should do an episode dedicated to that. Let's see. Jesus says he is an underground rapper. Okay, I like underground. I love underground rappers. So I would definitely look him up and and since you suggested him, I will review a song or two of his. Whether I like it or not, whether I love it or hate it, I will review a song or two of his next week. Thank you for the suggestion, Jesus. C. John. Shout out to Unc in the chat. I'm through with y'all. I'm through with y'all with this Montgomery Brawl stuff. Y'all been sending me memes, and I've just been dying laughing. Oh, the jokes. Yeah, tomorrow, next Saturday is probably gonna be a music comedy slash underground rap type of episode. Oh man, that is hilarious. Y'all are crazy. Finna send you the Spotify playlist. Oh yeah, okay. Definitely see Jones. Yeah. Share your music playlist, y'all. Again, any suggestions, and not just music. Snake Cinema Podcast is also about movies. So if you have movies or TV shows that you would like to suggest, let me know. Also, if you want to be a guest, I know my podcast is early in the morning live, at 9 a.m. But if you want to be a guest one day, hell, we can pre-record an episode. If you don't want to wake up early in the morning and you want to be a guest and share and review your favorite mediums, hit me up in the DMs on Instagram, Creative Reptiles. I love suggestions. I love discovering new music. Some of my favorite music and artists are people who were suggested to me. Like I remember last year when I first started reviewing movies and music on YouTube, my homeboy Clay suggested My Morning Jacket. Never heard of the band before. He suggested that to me, and I've been obsessed with that band. Like I've seen them in concert. Like I love My Morning Jacket. Matter of fact, they're coming to Memphis for our Mempho Fest this year, and I'm going to watch them. I've already seen them live before. I'm going to watch them again. So please give me your suggestions on music, movies, and TV shows. What's up, Brian? Hey, better late than never. It's okay. I know my podcast is early in the morning. Everybody still be asleep, but glad you showed up. Did you watch Dahmer when it came out? No. See, the thing is, I love true crime. I love true crime, all mediums. But I would rather watch the documentary than a scripted show. And also, Dahmer kind of hits too close to home, with his type of victims. So I sat out on that one. I love Ryan Murphy. I love Ryan Murphy's TV shows. Like I love American Horror Story and American True Crime Story, but I sat that one out. Now I've watched a million Jeffrey Dahmer documentaries, but as far as the show, nah, I skipped that. I skipped that. When stuff hit too close to home, Ro, what up? Thank you for tapping in. C. Joe said, I just want to be a guest. Hey, hit me up. I'll give you the link for next week's podcast. You could come hop on and we could just talk about songs based off of funny situations like the Montgomery Brawl. Come be a guest. Let's see. Hey, Sue said American flags in your America from Tom. Okay, okay. And you said he's an underground rapper. I will definitely look those up and I will come back and let you know how I feel about those songs next week. Let's see. That's valid. The show is so surreal. Like I felt like it was happening in real time. Yeah, and the actors are great. Like I love the guy who played Jeffrey Dahmer. I love him in everything he's played in on TV and movies. And so I know he acted his ass off in it, but I cannot. There's certain true crime stuff I just cannot watch being played out and acted. I can probably watch the documentary and hear from the actual victims, families, and stuff like that. But having people act it out, I can't watch that. Nah, but I know he's great as an actor. He's great and amazing. That did not get lost on me. Yeah, but that's it, guys, for this episode of Snake Cinema Podcast. I don't know what movie I'm going to review next week. It's probably going to be something off Netflix because going to the movie theaters, it takes a lot of freaking time and money. And nowadays, these new films, every film that came out is 2 hours plus long. What happened to the 90-minute films? Like, 2, 3, 4 hours. Like I slick wanted to go see Oppenheimer, but when I saw that time frame and it's a period piece, I'm like, nah, that means I'm be asleep. I'm gonna end up eating my popcorn, drinking my drink, and within an hour I'll be knocked out. So I cannot. Let's see. Jesus said movie Sound of Freedom. I've heard of that film. I've heard of that film, but I also heard about some people behind the scenes, and I'll think about it, Jesus, whether I want to review it because the subject matter is very important, and I do believe stuff like that needs to be out. But the people behind it, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I try not to get political, but I don't support anything that's backed by QAnon. I don't believe in conspiracy theory nut jobs, and if they made a movie, 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be a bunch of bullshit. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, nah. Whether you liberal, conservative, it don't matter. Anything that's based off conspiracy theories or backed by conspiracy theories groups, I don't fuck with that. But I did hear that it was good, and the subject matter is very important. Like, I'm all for stopping human trafficking and stuff like that. But sometimes the people behind the scenes, I don't know if I want to give them my money. Yeah, Jafar is so used to being on camera that he sees his reflection. So the Wiz, oh my gosh, yes, let's review the Wiz. Let's review any old school movie or musical. Yes, we should do that next week. Steve Jones. Let's talk about the Wiz versus the Wiz of Oz. Yes, let's do that next week. Let's see. Yeah, let's do that because I really don't know what I want to review next week. So yeah, let's do the Wiz. Let's do the Wiz as far as movies and then music. I will do uh Tom McDonald that Jesus suggested. Let's see. Hey Nicole, what's up? Just showing off Jafar when we just got through reviewing a movie and like 3 songs. Um, But also, everybody, if you're not tuned in this afternoon, Nicole is part 3. I think it's the last part of her interview with Sean Bradley. And I will say, when she first Nicole, when she first announced that she was doing a podcast with Sean Bradley, I was like, nah, I think I'm gonna sit this one out. However, I went in with an open mind and I've learned a lot. Despite how you feel about the man, despite how you feel about his personality, he is a wealth of information when it comes to snakes, snake breeding, and the history of this industry. So please, 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 please check out part 3. If you have not checked out the first 2 parts, go back and rewatch those. It was a wealth of information. And if anybody could get me to listen to Sean Bradley in 2023, it's Nicole. It is her. Did you listen to the new Uzi Vert? No, I did not listen to the new Little Uzi album, but I will because you suggested it to me. I'm not very big on the newer rappers nowadays because a lot of times they make music for TikTok, like it just be a bunch of ad libs and it be 1 minute long, and I ain't got time for that shit. I want real music. Give me something with some substance. Don't just give me something that's 1 minute long and that you only put to be a TikTok viral song video. Like, but I'll check it out if he doesn't annoy me by the first 3 songs. I'm one of those people. If you don't hook me by the first 3 songs of your album, it's trash. It is trash, in my opinion. Well, yeah, Little Uzi do make music for dancing. I do like I Just Want to Rock. But again, if his entire album is I Just Want to Rock, it's gonna be a dud. Give me one dancing song and the rest talk about something. And please stop making 1 minute songs because that's just lazy. Bring back the 5, 6 minute songs. Let's see. It's like 5 out of 10. Listen if you want, but don't force it. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out because you suggested it. Yeah. Yeah, that is a good fun song. Yeah, that is. That is. Okay. Okay, we did good. I did good on time to be reviewing one movie and 3 songs. Oh, it's okay. Guess I mean not Angie, Auntie. Yes, sorry. I'm looking at 2 comments at one time. Auntie, yes, I understand. Because I'm behind on a lot of music. The issue why I'm behind on a lot of music, the only time I listen to new music is when I'm trying to review for this show. The only time, but other than that, my Spotify playlist is all old school stuff. The newest stuff that I play on repeat is from 2020 and 2021. Everything else is from the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. Like just like Jesus suggested, underground rapper. Never heard of the guy. Never heard of him until today. I mean, I get it, Nicole. I get it. It is smart because he is going to make more. I get why artists do those short songs and the whole album be like 30 plus songs because streaming wise, it does get your numbers up. However, I am still a music buff. I'm still a music nerd and I like to hear music. I like to hear three verses, a bridge, a hook. I like all that stuff. And when it comes to rappers, I like full 16 bars. That's what I miss. I miss Speaking of which, hip hop just turned 50 years old yesterday. It was a big celebration all over social media. Not 30, 50. Hip hop turned 50 years old. And there was a big concert that happened in New York at the Staples Center, I believe, one of those centers in New York. When I tell you I watched that, and I remember, vividly remember when some of these songs first came out, whether and where rappers was giving us full 16 bars and they were giving us three verses. And sometimes if they had an R&B singer, you got a hook out of that. That's what I miss. That's what I miss in music. It to me, just doing 1 minute, 2 minute songs for TikTok is not sustainable. Yes, it makes their views and their numbers go up in the algorithm of Apple Music and Spotify. But as a consumer, as someone who just loves music and loves to listen, it ain't gonna do nothing for me. If I'm in the gym on a treadmill, what I'm gonna do with 1 minute songs? Like, no, I need something that's gonna last me a minute on my playlist. Baby Joe said I'm behind. Yeah, it's a lot. And nowadays with streaming, artists can just drop one song every week for a whole year. They don't even have to drop an album anymore. So it's hard to catch up on all this music that's been out. That's why I can't knock these IG. Hey, I can't knock them either. I cannot. I'm with you on that, Nika. I still listen to Earth, Wind, and Fire daily. Yes, man. I listen to all that old school stuff. Anything that my grandma and granddaddy played when I was a kid in their cars, I still listen to this day. That's why my Spotify is so confused. It's like whenever those end of the year lists come out, at my stuff is so bipolar because I still listen to this stuff every day. But yeah, I'm not hating. I'm not knocking the young boys, the young cats with this music. I just, as a consumer, I miss the longer songs. All these R&B singers that's just giving me two verses and they're out the door. Nah, bring back the bridges. Bring back the bridges. That's my campaign. I need a shirt made like that. Let's see. Yeah, that's true. They're not doing music for us anymore, unfortunately. And that's why I listen to other genres. I go to the EDM. There are these EDM DJs that will give you just straight music. It ain't got to have lyrics, it ain't got to have vocals, just straight music for like 6 minutes long. And that's what I like. I like that stuff. If it's good sonically, I can listen to it all day, every day. Shout out to Avicii and Kygo and Skrillex and all those cats, cause they can have me rocking for hours. Let's see what C. Jones say. I wouldn't say everyone is making music just to make it. It's just people who do make it. Yes, that's true. That's true. There's still a lot of artists. Like I said earlier in the podcast, my friend suggested My Morning Jacket to me. It's artists like that that is still making great music and stuff with substance. It's just I don't even listen to the radio anymore. My car radio hasn't been turned on since 2020, honestly. Probably before that, because everything I listen to is on my phone. But it's like all the songs that blow up aren't real songs. It's not real music. But yes, I'm with you, Nicole. I love all music too. I do. I listen to all different genres, all different bands, all different sounds. I just when I like something, this is what pisses me off about the R&B and hip hop. The shortest songs that they create be sometimes be the best. Sometimes it be the best. And you just want it to keep going. Like, why did it just stop at 1 minute and 30 seconds? Like, why? I be getting into as soon as I get into the groove of it, it's over. But we still do got artists that still make good music. I just wish they would get more attention. Oh yes, AJR. Yes, I love that group. I love them. Definitely dope. Definitely dope. Okay. We've been running on too long, and I'm pretty sure Jafar is getting tired of being out. He usually sleep around this time. So we're about to end the podcast, but I need to do some shout outs before we leave. I need to do some shout outs. Later on today, Lady T is Reptiles and Cocktails podcast. I believe it's noon my time. See it Central Standard Time. Watch it. Tap in. Then tonight, we is Tang Clan, we is Constrictors, and Baby D, Joey D will have Sophisticated Ignorance tonight at 10 p.m. past my bedtime, but I'll be staying up for them on Saturday night. So please tap into that. Then Sunday, Rock on Reptiles, Snapes and Vapes. That's when he has his podcast. And then, of course, the podcast I'm co-hosting with Rock, along with Candy, Maki, and Don D, Beyond the Scales on Tuesdays. Also on Tuesdays, which I will be a special guest on for those who came in late. I will be a special guest on Ken's Let Me Know show this Tuesday night. So I'll be on my podcast for like 30 minutes, maybe an hour, and then Beyond the Scales, yes. And then I will hop off and be interviewed by Ken on his Let Me Know show at 8 p.m. Central Time. So please tap into that. Then, of course, we have Keys Constrictors with balls and things on Wednesdays and Hair Down Fridays. Y'all, Hair Down Fridays last night was amazing. I think we had like 3 different egg cuttings on Hair Down last night. It was amazing. New baby snakes are being born, being hatched, and it seems like every Friday somebody is cutting a new batch of eggs. So a bunch of new babies are being born. Y'all better tap in. You may never know if your next snake is going to be born on Hair Down Fridays. I'm gonna let y'all know right now. I've been keeping this a secret, but Pat, Pat from Dragon Soul, he probably a month or two ago, he cut some eggs, a blackhead Leo clutch. I bought one of those babies. I bought one of those babies from him, and so I can't wait till that baby come to me. So you'll never know. And I got it because when he cut the egg and he showed those babies off, I quickly hit him in the DMs and said, "Yo, whatever you not holding back, let me know." And we talked. He gave me the price, and I paid that joke. I paid it with the quickness. So I can't wait to get that blackhead. I believe it's blackhead, leopard, red jean, ringer jean. And guess what? She is going to be one of his girlfriends. She's going to go to other snakes too. But Jafar, I want to make him a daddy because he's my very first snake and he's very sentimental to me. And so that's going to be his girlfriend in the future once she grows up. So I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Also, speaking of I'm still shouting out podcasts, y'all. Hold on. Other podcasts. My auntie and my uncle, Celtic Balls. They are Monday nights. And it is called Potting Under the Influence or Podcasting Under Influence. Please, their show is amazing because one thing I love about auntie and uncle is that they could be professional and drunk at the same time, and then they make us drunk too, drinking under the influence. But they've had so many different reiterations of their podcast over the year or two, and I loved every last one of them. Me and Dundee stay in those chats. It's amazing. Please go check them out on Monday nights. Potting Under the Influence with Celtic Balls. And then also, speaking of Celtic Balls, my other auntie Holly with Not Another Reptile podcast on Wednesdays. Check her out as well. And she's been doing like thumbnails and promos for a lot of people podcasts. So if you want to commission her, go ahead. Oh yeah, Jafar's getting passed around. He's getting passed around by a lot of girls. I'm because I want a lot of grandbabies. Oh yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. So what's the podcast? Okay, hold on. Hey, Suze. So let's go back. Lady T is today. Today, Lady T is at noon with Reptiles and Cocktails. Wiz Constrictors tonight with Sophisticated Ignorance. Sunday, Snapes and Vapes with Rock on Reptiles. Monday, Celtic Balls with Potting Under the Influence. Uh, Tuesday, Ken's Let Me Know Show. I will be a special guest this week. Um, his podcast Keys Wednesday, hair down, I mean balls and things is on Wednesdays, and hair down Fridays is of course every Friday. um Kent from Craft Brew Morphology, he has Shedding Your Skin podcast, which I love, and I was a previous guest on, and I believe that's on Thursday nights. Please correct me if I'm wrong on that. And then of course Holly with Not Another podcast on Wednesdays, and then of course Trap Talk with MJ. He has his like three nights. Look, MJ drops so many podcasts. Y'all can watch all of us live and watch him later because he's always live Monday through Thursday, Monday through Friday, depending on how he feels. um, but those are, I believe I got everybody. If I miss shouting out your podcast, please let me know. Charge it to my head, not my heart. But I just want to give shout outs to everybody. I know there's two podcasts that's in the game that I purposely do not promote because fuck them. But everybody else I will promote. And then also a message to GP Snakes. GP has been out the game for a minute. He's been silent, but this is my message to GP. GP, we miss you. The podcast game miss you. We need you back doing podcasts, doing interviews. You're the reason why a lot of us are on YouTube right now doing these podcasts. It's with our reptiles, with our snakes and stuff. You, especially me, you're one of the you kept telling everybody, get on YouTube, get on YouTube, get on YouTube. It's a perfect platform to promote yourself, promote your animals, promote your music. GP, I miss you. I love you. And I want you to come back to podcasting. You can take a break from breeding snakes, but come back and continue the podcast game. We miss you heavenly. And even if you don't want to come back and do a full podcast show, come be a guest on this channel because you gave me the platform. You allowed me to be a guest on your show. You extended the olive branch and gave me a platform to promote myself. So I'm returning the favor. Um, and so please, I will be doing episode 5, Marvel. I will be doing a Marvel heavy episode where we're talking all things Marvel. There will be special guests from Keys, Wiz, um, other people from, the V Unit, the Usual Suspects, and the Wiz Tank Clan. They're coming in, and we're going to talk about all things Marvel post Endgame. And so if you personally know GP Gershon, GP Snakes, please hit him up and tell him to reach out to me because I want him to be a guest on that episode too. I want him to join in on the talk. Um, so please, 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 there would be no Snake Cinema podcast if it wasn't for GP. I'm gonna let y'all know that right now because he was definitely one of those big motivators and one of those encouragers to get on this YouTube game. So yes, that's why I'm doing an entire episode just dedicated to Marvel. I love Marvel too. And so we're gonna go heavy. It's gonna be a whole panel. People might have to hop in and out. We might have to do like a schedule, but I want everybody to give their takes on the shows and the movies post Endgame. So please, if you want to be a part of that, that will be episode 5. We're on episode 2 right now. That will be episode 5, and it's 9 times out of 10 gonna be pre-recorded. So I'll probably have to record it, pre-record it, and then post it, um, you know, later on because I don't think getting 10 people to wake up at 9 a.m. is gonna cut it to talk Marvel. uh, let's see. Your game was bad. Oh, no. Steve Jones, we gotta talk. Endgame was not bad. Endgame, no. Now I do admit I like Infinity War better, but Endgame is not bad. No, Steve Jones, we got to fight verbally, not physically. We'll have to fight verbally on that. Let's see. A good friend has a wealth of knowledge when it comes to Marvel. Okay. Tell your friend to hit me up. Tell him to hit me up. the one thing about this show, even though I don't talk snakes and I don't talk morphs on this show, I want my show to always be featuring a special guest in the reptile community, because it's the reptile community that made me who I am. It's the reptile community that's always supported me. So if you want to be a guest on any of my episodes and talk about movies, music, whatever, hit me up. And again, I will be doing some pre-recorded because I know some people cannot wake up this early in the morning to talk movies and TV shows and stuff. So just hit me up and we can make a schedule. But yes, I want my guests to be a part that are people who are in the reptile community or somewhat adjacent to the reptile community, and we just talk about stuff we love. We talk about movies we love, TV shows, and music. So please hit me up if you want to be a part of it. But yeah, C Jones, we gonna have to talk about that. And no, let's see, they're just killing off characters for fun at this point. Well, we're gonna talk, C Jones. We're gonna talk because I'm one of those Marvel fans who have read the comic books, all the different iterations of the comic books, and so they're not just doing it to do it, but I do feel like Disney/Marvel needs to work on certain executions because they're now slowly becoming Warner Brothers in DC when it comes to this new stuff. There's some great stuff that came out post Endgame, but now there also been some duds, some stuff that I have not been a fan of, and I hate to say that. Let's see. Yes, we gotta talk because it's just that because I've read the comic books, they're not really killing off characters to be killing off characters because the comic books they killed off a lot of characters and brought characters back to life. And with these multiverse universes, you have so many iterations of certain characters. So that's why I love Loki, the Loki show, so much because you got a million thousand one. Oh, C Jones, I'm about to fight you, baby Jones. I'm about to fight you. No, no, no. WandaVision was one of the out of all the TV shows that Marvel has come out with. The TV shows. When I talk about the films, the TV shows, WandaVision and Loki are the best ones so far. And I can fight everybody on that. I can fight everybody on that. Rock, what's good? What up, sir? You done missed the show, but I did shout you out a couple of times. So, yes, Rock is my co-host on Beyond the Scales. He's the head honcho of Beyond the Scales and also Snakes and Vapes. So please tune in to his channel. And he's also been dropping some Show Me Snake, Show Me Shows Expo videos lately because they just had a show in Virginia. And so, yes, please tap in and support. Let's see. See, Jones ready to fight me. Loki and Moon Knight are the best. Oh yeah. See, I like Moonlight, I do, but I just like Loki and WandaVision better. But Moon Knight is good too. Moon Knight is a great show. Yes, Oscar Isaac is that guy. He is that dude. He did the damn thing. I love him in everything. I can't wait. Speaking of Oscar Isaac, he's been in so much sci-fi shit, but I can't wait for Dune Part 2. I loved him in Dune Part 1. And spoiler alert, I know he's dead, but in that movie, but I can't wait for Dune to Part 2. That's one sci-fi series. To be honest, I love this new Dune more than I love any of the Star Wars or Star Trek stuff. Y'all can fight me on that when it comes to sci-fi movies. Y'all can fight me on that. Let's see. Oh, it's your baby girl's birthday. Yeah, happy birthday, Rock, to your daughter, to baby girl. But yeah, I love anything Oscar Isaac is in. Whenever I see his name in the credits or on promos, I'm like, I gotta go watch it. Even if I hate the film or hate the show, I love him in everything he's in. He is great. He is one of those dudes, one of those ones. Um, so yeah, again, if you know GP personally, Gershon, please reach out to him and tell him that Elias is looking for him because I want him to be a part of the Marvel episode 5, and also if you want to be a part of any of my episodes, whether it's episode 5 where we talk all things Marvel or any stuff, if you want to talk about horror films, because I think I'm gonna have a horror heavy episode coming soon too. Or if you want to talk about comedies, romance, or anything under the sun, that's what Snake Cinema Podcast is about. So I'm gonna go and head home. Me and Jafar is gonna go home, head home, so he can go to sleep, and so people can stop looking at me talking on a podcast with a snake. But thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you to everybody for coming into the chats. Thank you for everybody for supporting us today. And we will catch y'all next Saturday at 9 a.m. for Snake Cinema Podcast. I love y'all. Peace.